Here's what my light pattern looks like. It's disjointed and got lots of holes in it. I don't know if that's normal. So here's our problem. Passenger side headlight works, but it's pointed crappy. Oh, why did that happen? Car was so embarrassed it had to turn its lights off. Well, the driver's side doesn't work. It is the headlight part. The DRL part on the top still works. The blinker still works. Fog light still works. Of course, that's a separate thing down there. And the passenger side one is never been good. It just points. There's a lot of light that gets pointed right in the road and right directly in front. And even when it's adjusted properly for the regular low beam, it just seems to be lighting the side of the road more than the road. It's just not right. And I had it into Tesla to look at, and they said, oh, we lined it, it's fixed, and it was exactly the same. So I'm gonna start by taking the frunk out and checking the wires on the driver's side, see if it's as simple as something going on with the wiring, because the symptoms started with it while I was driving. It went out, and then I parked it, put it to sleep, let it wake up, and they came on again. And then they went out again a couple minutes later. And now every time I start the car and it turns them on, the driver's side one flashes for an instant and then goes off. So it's got some kind of internal fault. And I'm hoping it's just wiring, but if not, we're facing the replacement of these. Bolt for everything. Yes, I used the socket before. Don't see a tab. There we go. Okay, I believe that's it. It's just to pop out, just needs to pop out with some clips now. After a little struggling to get that red tab pulled out far enough, I got that disconnected from the light, and it looks fine. I've checked the wires, I don't see any corrosion. The end looks fine. Let's see if I can get a shot in here. So I guess next steps, I'm gonna have to take the bumper cover off and pull the headlight out. Fun, fun. All right, I've got this bottom screw out from there. All these tabs out. Now I've got to get those three on that black bracket. Okay, that wasn't so bad. Using the long extension helped a lot. Now the other side. All right, this is all the screws and fasteners that came off to get this bumper off. It's a lot. There we go. Whew. Let's not do that again real soon. So I wanted to look into this bracket, which is the thing we took the 3 bolts off from under here. On the other side it fell out. This one's still hanging here, but it comes out just on these little pins. It looks like when this is in place and when the bumper's in place, this lines up here and those little tabs all hold that up. So this is really just a big tab. And I'm not questioning whether you're supposed to remove this. I would think these 2 holes, you would just loosen those 2 screws. You would take this one out, but these 2 you could just loosen. But either way, I guess it's not that big a deal, because you can, when you snap this all back into place, you get up in there, you can push this down here into its tabs and then put the screws back in. But it seems to be a lot easier if this was just hanging loose and you snapped it into place and then screwed those screws down. That just, to me, seems like a better deal. I'm gonna try that when I reassemble this. That's a big sucker. There's the 2 original ones removed. Goes without saying, these things are huge. And they are both Tesla. I was wondering if maybe the passenger side one that sucks so bad was aftermarket. But judging from the stickers on them, they're both Tesla factory. Now to find out about the ones in those boxes that I got on Amazon that are probably not factory, unless that factory is in China. Here's what's in the first box. This is the driver's side, the one that doesn't work on my current set. And it looks very much identical. It does not have any parts numbers on it, and no stickers that indicate manufacturer place or any of that, but it does look as near as can be the same. So we'll see. That's it. Supposedly it's done. So now it's complaining about the left front light. Wasn't complaining when the old one that didn't work was in there. Anyway, let's turn the car on. If I turn on the lights, do anything happen? Nope. No lights. I'm not, don't necessarily think that's unexpected. I believe we have to go into the service menu. Do this reinstall to distribute firmware, and hopefully that will make these lights work. All right, I'll come back when it's done. Saw some light activity out there. First from the driver's side, a couple of blinks. And then from the passenger side, a couple of blinks. Like it's testing. Okay, the progress bar never went very far, and then eventually this just came back up. I'm not sure that's a happy thing. I would have expected a reboot, but what do I know? Okay, we don't have an error message for the light. Push the brake pedal. Lights! Oh my God, it worked! Oh, wow. I don't generally expect things to go to plan. So far, this has gone to plan. The only thing left is reassembly, which I'm going to take a break before I do that. Okay, the initial excitement of getting the lights to work relatively easily is dampened somewhat by the arduous task of getting that front bumper back on. and I'm not 100% happy with the results. There's at least one panel gap that's a little worse, a little not perfect, and it was essentially perfect before. I would say it's a two-person job, because the bottom edge really needs to be clipped in properly with the lower lip, because it's got tabs on it that go from the lower lip into the bumper, and there's tabs on the bumper that go over the lower lip, and those things need to be aligned properly from the bottom before you clip the front end. So far and away the most difficult thing was getting the bottom aligned with the trailing edge underneath the bumper, and I spent an hour underneath this car just trying to get those back in. Now I got to put the frunk in. It's nice that they use a common bolt for these things, so you don't have to pay attention to what screw came out of what hole. Just all the frunk bolts go with the frunk, and they're black. And all the bumper cover bolts are silver, and they go with the bumper. Well, that woke the car up. This light comes on, that's good, it's supposed to. Ta-da! Look at that smile. After a quick adjustment in the service adjust headlights menu, they look like that. They're straight across. Looks pretty good. Now let's see what happens when we point it at a road. I think that looks pretty even. That's way better than it was with the weird right-hand side that came with it. It's nice and even and spread out, and there's no holes directly ahead. It looks like I may have it run a little low. There's high. There's low. I think high is almost where low ought to be. Yeah, I think I'll go back and adjust those higher. Okay, it's doing the right one first. go to there. Change it to left. Okay, save that. And let's look at that. Yeah, I'd say that's a lot more appropriate. What's the bright look like? Looks like that. Yep, that I think is closer. Maybe, yeah, I think that's probably pretty good. Get on the road and take a look. That looks way better. So you can see that it still has that notch over on the oncoming lane. There's a notch of darkness on the left-hand side. So that seems to be working properly too. I'm very happy with this. This is an improvement. Yippee!